4 years ago, I signed a lease on this building, having zero idea what I was going to do, what it was going to be, just figuring it out as long as this is torture. This will be the year I show up on social media again. As silly as that sounds, especially since I own a 2-story content studio, one of the longest running, most profitable, cleanest, simple, easy to use content studios. Everyone's else is trying to look good and it makes me sick. I think it's gross. I think a lot of people are gross, especially since I've done this before 10 years ago and went through that phase and saw how gross I was and saw how gross some of the people are. And also realizing that it's okay, that not everybody is going to be on par or give a shit about the same things you give a shit about or care about the message or whatever they're trying to do. Doesn't matter. You can just do whatever you want. I pretty much have not been on social media for the last 4 years and created a thriving business in the space and content. We deal with brands, businesses, celebrities, athletes, influencers, authors. We've had not one but 2 billionaires come in here. Professional athletes. Every day we have somebody trying to buy us or acquire us or partner with us. And yet, I can't bring myself 95% of the time to post, to put in the time and effort. Honestly, I think it's because I did it so much at scale before. I just got burnt. And plus everything it was tied to was disgusting. And the people, I don't know. Here's what I do know, though. I do believe in it. I do believe in what it's done for me. When I started a podcast 100 years ago, back in 2014, I thought I was late to the party. Now it's 2026. People could just do stuff. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Here's what I am going to commit to. I am going to post once a week, whether it's garbage like this or something with a little more effort. I think it would be fun, especially since this isn't the first time I've done this for my only channel. It's been a while. I do think, though, people do need to hear it because I deal in this every day. I help people every day. My team helps people every day. And the way the world is going, depending on how you look at it, this studio, what we do here, matters. Changes people's lives. It gets them out of jobs they hate, relationships they can't stand. Puts money in their pocket. It gives people meaning and purpose. It gives them something to be part of. Now, I'm not even talking about this building anymore. I'm talking about content. You never know who's watching. You never know who needs to hear this. Actually, I'll do this. I'll talk about me because it's the easiest subject. Who doesn't love talking about themselves? I'll try and end this on a positive message. As I figured this out, in 2013, I made the decision to start a podcast. I didn't come from a media background. I didn't come from an entertainment background. I didn't come from any background other than having a YouTube channel in 2008 where I focused on reselling. Um, but other than that, like, I was a regular dude. I started a podcast and I interviewed entrepreneurs and cool people. And in 9 months, I did 1 million downloads. And another 4 months after that or something, it was another million. This is 2014, 2015. And we parlayed it that first year into a coaching business and a production company that helped brands, businesses, and celebrities make content, podcast, YouTube. Did that for a very long time, a bunch of other things too, but it's just been crazy. Got in with the wrong people. But that's just life. You're gonna get in bed with the wrong people. Literally, sometimes. But it doesn't matter. I'm willing to challenge that statement. As flippant as that may sound. At least for my world. I see too many people, including myself, let bullshit excuses get in their own way. So here's what I do know. In the last 4 years, being of older age, I have completely started over and reset as a single father, fighting court battles, not with their mom, not that, but previous business dealings, nasty divorce from a second marriage, people with their hands in my pockets, friends and family, dealing with all that. I was signed the lease on this thing. By the way, I lived in it as well. Let's not forget about that. And laid on the floor downstairs on the cold floor and thought, what am I doing with myself? Why, like, how did I end up here? Is it even worth it? Just go get a job. Everybody was right. You're washed up. Your prime is gone. How do I? And fast forward to today. I am not only proud of the business I built, but little gratitude that I didn't give up on myself, first and foremost, that I didn't, and this chair's uncomfortable now, that I didn't give up on myself. It all trickles down from there. By the way, I'm in the middle of selling this place, becoming minority owner while I get to go scale and make more of these, do more of this. I commingle the two like I've been doing. This gets handed off in 2026. This gets handed off in 2026. We're both in transition of being handed off. That's what not going out does. That's what focusing on you does. That's what journaling does. That's what writing does. That's what saying no does. That's what saying yes does. That's what realizing that you have control of nothing and that all you can do. What is this guy doing? I'm pretty high up. There's a big view. There's a big parking lot over here. Businesses. I can see pretty far. Times a day. I've seen the most gnarliest stuff. In fact, there's a bridge right here that I'm looking at too. I've seen drug deals, prostitutes, drunk people. Maybe I'll find that footage and put something up. Anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say because I'll tell you what, this whole thing mainly was for me. If we're being for real, I realized I teach classes, I do all this stuff, but I don't do this because it's hard and uncomfortable, but it can be done. I've done it before. So from the beginning, I just treat it like therapy. As long as I publish, that's all that really matters. I don't know. Maybe this will be something. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll figure out a lane. Maybe I won't. But here's what I do know. I've helped too many people get a play button over the last 10 years. And play buttons may mean nothing these days. But I remember back in 2008 when I started a reselling channel that blew up, that got me almost on TV and all this other stuff. I wanted a play button. So maybe that's what I'll go after for my big, audacious, hairy goal. Because I've already accomplished everything I needed to accomplish in the last 3 years. Because the first one doesn't count. I was figuring it out. I was too busy crying and being upset, being woe is me, and being John Wick. That's really what I was doing. I was motherfucking everybody. I was saying who's with me, who's not, drawing a line in the sand. Realizing how much bullshit people are. And that when you actually do the work, when you actually put in the effort, none of it matters. You're just too fucking insecure. Yes, I'm talking to myself, but I'm also talking to whoever's listening. As long as I can do this, once a week, 52 weeks a year, that's not that much. All right. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Maybe 52 of these after I get through this monstrosity. Anyway. All right. Maybe this came out. Maybe this didn't. But if you lasted this long, God bless you. If you're wondering, why should I listen to this dude? You shouldn't. Or maybe you should. That's up for you to decide, not me. Here's what I do know. I want to create the best YouTube channel. I should set up a camera again. But when I do this, showing what's what. Zombies. Anyway. I don't even remember what I was saying, but I think the gist of it was, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think 52 weeks is a good base because when I started that podcast back in 2014, I did 3 shows, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hell or high water. I was going to release an episode. That compounded. That commitment I did make. At the time, I was talking to Barry in Wisconsin. Really, I was talking to myself. In fact, there's record of me talking to myself. So maybe I'm talking to myself this time. Maybe that's it. I'm talking to me 5 years ago. Stuck in his life. Did not care if he lived or died. was rich, had money, was traveling the world. I think I was in Amsterdam when we heard about COVID and came back immediately. But I couldn't have been more soulless. I did not like the people around me. I did not feel good about what I was doing, the work I was doing. I didn't feel good about any of it. So when that world came crumbling down in a blaze of glory, literally a fire broke out. I've already been playing chess up to that point for a long time. I was ready. It was so beautiful being able to let go like that. But you really got to do it. It's hard. It's super hard. You got to be able to walk away. So most people, I'll end with this. Actually, I'm just done. I'm done.